Hi, welcome back. We are doing another podcast. This is episode 12, which is crazy. That's 12 months of podcasting now. So let's get into it. Okay, hi, and welcome back. Today is a podcast episode, so I'm going to go through my finished objects, what I'm currently working on, any acquisitions, there's none, and talk about some inspirations and how I'm doing with my knitting intentions for the year. This is an exciting episode since I'm announcing the winner of the giveaway that I hosted in my last episode. So let's get into it. I'm going to first announce the giveaway winner. Congratulations to Abby. I'll have the username. It's got a bunch of extra letters in it. But congratulations to Abby who won the giveaway. Here's the video of, me choosing the winner so you can see it's random. Abby, please reach out to me on Instagram if you'd like. That's always in my description, or email. That's in the bio of my YouTube. Either of those works. Reach out to me. We will coordinate getting the yarn to you. I don't have it yet. Since it was a pre-order, but as soon as I have it, I'll be able to ship it out. I also did want to note that I asked Ryan from Salty Blonde for a picture of the sock set to be able to show you what the two colors that I ordered look like together. And she so kindly gifted me the sock set to give away. So thank you so much to Ryan as well. That was so unexpected and so kind. So Ryan from Salty Blonde Fibers, she provided the enchanted colorway and I'm forgetting the name of the beautiful purple again, but those two to make a sock set was gifted by Ryan. So I really, really appreciate that, and really happy I can give that away and hopefully do more of these in the future if, dyers want to work with me to do giveaways. So I really, really appreciate Ryan for that. I always love her. And I'm really excited that, Abby, you get this beautiful yarn. I hope to hear you reach out to me soon, and I can't wait to see what you make with it. So that's the giveaway. Let's get into the normal podcast format. And I've had to change where I put my notes because I'm in a new space. So if you see me looking down here, I'm just looking through my notes to make sure I cover everything. But I'm trying my hardest to make sure I'm also mostly looking at the camera. So starting off with finished objects, I have two that I do not have with me because they were sample knits. And so one of them I actually talked about finishing quite a while ago. I think I might have shown a black and white photo, but I did two sample knits for Pasley Knits, Coley of Pasley Knits. I did the Broken Rope DK socks by Summer Lee. And I also did the Soul Sister scarf, the larger version, by Suri Nordlund. So I made both of those two patterns for her. And what Coley really wanted to see and show was for her new collection, she sent me a fingering weight of the colorway Fortnight. And can you, I don't know if you can hear my boyfriend. It's a reference to Taylor Swift. It is not the video game. But a colorway, Fortnight, and then State of Grace in Suri. So I had fingering in Suri, a Fortnight, and State of Grace for the socks. And then for the scarf, she sent me a fingering weight skein of State of Grace and a fingering weight a Suri skein of Fortnight. So they both ended up beautiful. It was really interesting, a fun experiment to see how they kind of looked. So she's finally revealed those colorways, and I finally finished the Soul Sister scarf, so I can show you both of them. So I'll have some pictures up to show you, but it was very exciting, fun make, and I'm really glad that I can actually show it to you. I know a lot of folks commented that they were interested to see what it actually looked like when you use the variegated Suri versus the variegated fingering weight. And to me, it was really surprising at the end. I thought they looked pretty similar in that the Broken Rope socks might have been slightly darker, which is the one where the Suri was the variegated, which I did not expect. I thought that the Soul Sister scarf would have been darker, with the variegated colorway being the fingering weight skein. But it was a really interesting experiment, and I'm really glad to have participated in that. And this whole collection from Coley is beautiful. It's inspired by Taylor Swift, so there's colorways across the eras, and it's a beautiful collection. I'm really enjoying seeing her reveal all the colorways as well. So I wish I could show you them, but of course, sending them off, so I hope pictures will do. I was able to get like a pretty good photo shoot with them. I have a much better lighting in my new office craft room, so was able to get some good pictures that hopefully scratch that itch for you all. My other finished object, I only have 3 today, is a pair of socks. So I still have them on the sock blockers. I finished them. I wove in my ends and blocked them yesterday. I finished them the night before that. And so I've not worn them yet. I'm probably actually going to bring them with me. I'm about to leave, drive up the mountains for the weekend with my family. So I'll probably bring these, but back to the socks. These are the basic sock number 4 pattern in the Summer Lee's Book of Socks book. And it was a really fun pattern to knit. It's a German short row heel, which I really enjoy knitting them, and I have a pretty low instep, so they fit me well. I know a lot of people struggle with the German short row heel, including Summer Lee. The pattern was really funny because she was sassing the Summer Lee or the German short row the whole time. She's like, "If you enjoyed this, good job. I hate it." Like, yeah, but it was really fun. It was a simple pattern. I just wanted some short row shorties. Let me take one off here. So here's what it looks like off. I always feel like the German short row socks do look like they have a really long foot, and that makes, like, feels a little awkward, but this fits me well. Tried on a lot while I was working on them. And the colorway for these is, or the yarn for these, I should say, is a sock set. So it's by Treehouse Knits. It was the La Mercerie at the end of every year does like winter wishes sock sets, and so they have dyers dye up specific sock sets for this kind of winter collection. And so this one was by Treehouse Knits, and it was the colorway Keepsake. So we got this main skein in this beautiful variegated, kind of reminds me, I don't know what it reminds me of, really, like ocean maybe. But I love that colorway, and then a nice rust contrast color, and I did a 2x1 rib instead of I think it was a 1x1 in the pattern, or it was a twisted rib, and I was like, no, I'm doing 2x1. And then this beautiful blue that I used for the toe. So I really like the way these turned out. I was just really craving something simple, and that's what I got. I still am behind on making my socks every month. I didn't make a pair of socks. Well, I made a pair of socks as a gift in June, but not for my monthly socks, and I just have not caught up since. So these are technically my July socks. I finished them on August 29th, wove in the ends on August 30th. So I am hoping to be able to make 2 pairs of socks in September to just catch up with that, but we'll see how the month goes. So those are all my finished objects, and I have a really lame whip to show you. Well, I'm excited about the whip. The project is not going to be lame. It's just where I am is really lame. And let me show you. Oh, great. My slip knot even came off the needle. Where am I? This is where I am. I have a slip knot on the needle. And I've kind of measured how much yarn I need to make my long-tail cast on, and that's where I've left it. I have tried to cast on 3-4 times for this. This is the Moonset Tea that I'm starting, and I just miscounted the first time and then had to redo it, and then just messed up a few different times. So hopefully this time I have enough yarn to do the full cast on and get going, but I'm making the Moonset Tea. I'll have a picture. I've talked about this before. It was part of my summer plans, so I'm really excited to finally get to it. It's a beautiful, beautiful t-shirt. It's finger weight, and I had to go down to a 3mm or US 2.5 needle, so it's going to be a long whip, but that's fine. That's fun. I'm going to the mountains for the weekend, like I said, so I have a lot of knitting time in front of me. So I'm going to enjoy that and use it, and hopefully get some good progress on this. But it's a beautiful pattern. It's by Ozetta, so Moonset Tea by Ozetta, fingering weight. And the yarn I'm using for this, of course I don't have the label with me, but this is, here, there's my cake, which I have inside this little cake cozy, but this is from Salty Blonde Fine Fibers. It's her summer blend, which is alpaca, silk, and linen, and I'm using the colorway Mojito. So it's just a beautiful kind of seafoamy blue. I'm really excited. I don't really have anything like this in my wardrobe, so very excited to work on it. It's probably my last summer knit as well before I get into sweaters, so I'm enjoying it. I'm kind of soaking it up before getting into bulky wool mohair projects, but not very far on it, so there's not very much to say yet. I will say it's kind of intimidating. You cast on and then immediately go into short rows. Like there's no make a little panel first. It's just immediate short rows. And so that's a little stressful because I tend to like to have a slow start to a project, but it's good. I think that it's going to make a really great fit in the end to do the short rows immediately, but ooh-wee. So yeah, those are my whips. We're going really quick today, which is actually good. I'm supposed to leave now for the mountains, so I gotta get going. Acquisitions, like I said, I don't have any. Not for lack of trying, though. I went this morning to my local yarn store because if you may have noticed, I'm holding this project on these huge US 2.5s. It's like a huge cord. So I obviously need a smaller cord because I really don't like doing magic loop. Also, this cord has been chewed on by Kepler, so it's not the most pleasant to knit with. And so I wanted to go get like a 16-inch or not a 32, but maybe a 32 would have worked, but a slightly smaller circular needle to work on this project. But my yarn store was closed for Labor Day. I also wanted to get a white or mostly white sock yarn to do some fun color work with. That I think I briefly talked about something, but hopefully you see that as a plan soon. I don't know why I'm being mysterious about it. I really want to make a pair of socks for probably September that use a bunch of yarn from my Scranton Stitcher Summer at the Shack, which is Inspired Gravity Falls advent calendar. It was like a summer one, so it was a 13 skein advent calendar, and they're all super fun variegated colorways, so I want to use a bunch of those with a white background and the Sunny Side Up sock pattern from Summer Lee's Book of Socks to just make a really fun kind of color changing pattern or sock pattern. So I need the background color for that, but my yarn store was closed, which good for them. It's the holiday, so I will just have to bike or walk there later this week, which is amazing. I live a 30-minute walk from a yarn store, like a 10-minute bike ride, 5-minute drive, but it's more fun to bike or walk. So I'll just have to bike to it later. So that's fine. But yeah, no acquisitions. For inspirations, I do have one this month, and it's these socks by Sunday Morning Knits. They're actually open for testing. They're called the Corinthian socks. And they're a beautiful sock. I love the rib. I love that the rib goes onto the heel. And they have a pretty simple lace panel, a fold over top. And she has 4 sizes for these socks and is open to adding more sizes. And so I thought they were beautiful. I love the way she styled the photos too. I will say one thing that I'm still kind of, I don't know if I'm insecure about it. I don't know if that's the right word, but would like to improve in my own, I don't like saying content creation, but my own photo taking is the ability to take nice flat lay photos of my work. The photos that she posted of the sock with the book in it, a little bust, and then an embroidery that looks like Statue of David by Michelangelo. That's just so beautiful and like well thought out. So I would really love to get better at that myself. So I'm appreciating it from her, and it is a really beautiful sock pattern. If I had the time to test knit, I definitely would sign up, but I have too much going on. But these socks are open for test knitting right now if you're interested, and the deadline is 1 sock at the end of September. So it's really achievable. Even with that, I just don't want to add anything to my plate. But beautiful sock. I might want to knit them when they come out, so I highly recommend checking them out as well. And I was new to Sunday Morning Knits. I saw, I think, Little Fiber Co. Lauren of Little Fiber Co. posted this test knitter call, so I went and checked her out. And she's just a wonderful knitter as well. So that's always great to see. So that's my kind of one inspiration for the month. I've been busy moving and doing everything, but those really caught my eye. And my progress on my intentions for the past month, I don't feel like it's worth dwelling too much on. I haven't really explored new fibers this month. I've been busy bringing my stash down. No change. I didn't buy any yarn. Knitting from patterns I already own. I did buy the Moonset Tea, so not really, but that's the first pattern I've bought in so long. I actually had to re-log into PayPal on Ravelry because that's how long it had been since I bought a pattern. Um, Deepening my yarn knowledge, nothing to report there. I have been collecting avocado skins and seeds to dye yarn with, or pits. Oh, it's not a, I don't know, I think they're both, but I've been collecting those for a few months now. I think my boyfriend's getting sick of the freezer having a bunch of avocado skins and pits in it. So I need to dye the yarn soon, but I've been collecting that and hope to actually try yarn dyeing. My friend also offered me a bunch of marigolds from her garden, so we'll try to dye some yarn, which will deepen my knowledge. My spinning has really stalled, I've got to be honest. I really want to get an e-spinner, but money is unfortunately an object in my life, so I'm gonna wait on that one. Making more socks, like I said, I'm still trying to catch up on my 12 and 12, but I'm making socks pretty regularly, which is great. Wearing my knits more often. I actually wore my knits to a concert last night. I went to the Hosier concert and I wore my camisole number 4. I did not take a single picture, but I've worn the exact outfit I wore to that concert before. I just styled it with a beautiful skirt I have that has a bunch of butterflies all over it. So I think I have a photo of me wearing that at some point, and so I'll try to put that picture here if I have it. But I'm wearing my knits more, and I was really proud that I think in the past, going to a concert in a knit, I would have been like, no, I'm going to mess it up. Like, I'm going to sweat on it, or I'm going to spill a drink on myself. And I just like did it anyways, and it was totally fine. The knit looks fine. And so I'm really happy I did that, because it was just like, I love Hosier. It was such a special concert. And my friend Leah was with me too, and I knit the Nurture bralette for her birthday this year, and she was wearing that. And it just felt like an extra special element to be wearing something I was really proud that I'd made and I felt really confident in, and my friend's wearing something I made too and I was really proud of, and it just, I don't know, it makes everything better when you're wearing something you made. So that was great. And I want to chase that feeling more. I'm also going to the mountains this weekend, and it's finally going to be like in the 50s and 60s the whole time, so I'm bringing a bunch of sweaters that I made with me so that I can wear them. So I'm very excited about that as well. Knitting less. I've done good on that this month because I was moving. And so there were weeks where I did not knit because I was packing and unpacking. Fewer deadlines. I had a lot of deadlines these past few months, and I'm excited to kind of slow down. I have already signed up for another sample knit, but it's not due till November, so I'm gonna have plenty of time on that. And I'm working with Ryan of Salty Blonde to actually make her advent calendar sample knit. So I'm so stoked. It's going to be so fun. And she's been so sweet about like wanting me to also enjoy the experience of the advent and sending me all the goodies that come with the advent too, and wrapping it up all nicely so I can kind of reveal it to myself, which is so sweet because ultimately like she's paying me to knit something for her, but she still just really wants me to enjoy it. So I can't say enough good things about Ryan from Salty Blonde. I seriously always love her. So that's that. But I'm really excited about that deadline. That's probably, I don't know, I say that's probably the only sample knit I'd take on or test knit, but if something really interesting comes out, I would probably sign up for another sample or test knit as well. And then finally, my more community, less content piece. I do feel like I've been really intentional this past month. Like I've had very limited time to engage with the online knitting community, but I've been really intentional about commenting more or just sharing things to my story more. Like I posted a photo of a sunrise a little while ago and just tagged Ryan in it on my story because it reminded me of the Enchanted colorway from Salty Blonde. And you know, that's really fun to just be able to kind of say, hey, this reminds me of you, like I'm posting it. And so I want to do more of that. It feels good. I also loved, like my favorite part of doing this giveaway has just been being able to interact with you all. Like the fact that at the end, and half of these comments were from me, but at the end of my last podcast, last I checked, it had like 94 comments on it, which is so nice. Like just being able to interact with people, and half the comments are me responding to people, but still like, it's just nice to have a bunch of people comment something and be able to kind of interact. I really enjoyed it. And so want to foster that more. It really made me more inspired and excited to be filming now and just like more engaged. Like there's actual people watching. So I'm enjoying that, soaking that up, and just trying to put more out there. So that's my progress on my intentions. Recommendations wise, I've just been surviving. So I don't really have any like huge recommendations for, other media to watch. I haven't been watching anything. We've been having a lot of internet problems, and so haven't been able to watch a lot or listen to a lot. So I'm gonna leave it there today because I don't really have any recs. This feels like a really short podcast, which kind of is. I mean, I only had 3 finished objects and 2 of them weren't here and 1 whip, which is a piece of string. So it makes sense that it's short, but thank you all for joining. I'm really excited after hosting this giveaway. I think it was a really positive experience. So Abby, please do reach out to me. My email is sarahs.handmakes@gmail.com. My Instagram is just sarahs.handmakes. So I hope you can find me on one of those and reach out. I will not contact you, just to make sure there's no kind of scams. I've heard that's the best thing to do. Oh, and when you do reach out, please send me a screenshot of like your YouTube account that just shows your username and has like my account, so I just know that it is you. But other than that, thank you all. I hope you have a great day, a great week. Please let me know what you're knitting down below. Are you excited for fall? I am so excited. And we'll talk again soon. So happy knitting in the meantime. All right, bye.